how does a good locker room handle the challenges of having victory ripped out of your hands?
Because in this situation, first time in the playoffs, you're on the road, you got the win in your hands, up 4 with 2 innings left. You just think like, okay, automatic 1-0, and then back-to-back home runs.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's really hard. But the thing is that I'm really looking forward to seeing the character and the resiliency of these men in this locker room. Hey, you lost. That's over.
So what do you say? You're in the locker room right afterwards. What do you do? What do you do in that moment?
Nothing even needs to be said.
Nothing. You say nothing.
Nothing needs to be said. Guys, we dropped the ball on this one. Let's bow up. We missed this one. Let's look at what we did wrong. Let's learn from it. Let's learn from this moment. Let's get better from it. And, hey, we lost the game. The beauty of the MLB is that in playoffs, you get a series. It's not a one and done where you're going home, taking a trip to Cabo. You have another opportunity to get back on the drawing board, another game on the road. Let's get this one, tie the series up, and get it 1-1 coming back to Seattle where the fans are going to be ready for them.
Okay, compare and contrast then, locker room guy. Compare and contrast the locker room after the 2012 divisional round playoff loss in Atlanta versus the 2014 Super Bowl loss.
Night and day. Hey, night and day, Brock. The 2012 loss, that was a good loss for us. It sounds pretty bizarre, but that was a really good loss because it made us even more hungry. It showed us like, man, we are a really, really good football team. And we just lost to a tough opponent that went on to do great things. But, man, this is an opportunity for us to get back to the drawing board, add to what we have, and we made the playoffs. We won the Super Bowl the next year. Won the Super Bowl the next year. 2014, that speaks for itself. That's just that's the lowest of the lows. They don't get much lower than that. And so there's some good losses that you can learn from, and there's some other losses that's hard to overcome.
So how does KJ process that? How does KJ write individually? Because you have fans yesterday just going, as you can imagine. I mean, just how did you individually? We know, I think collectively, we've heard enough stories after the fact, but how did you individually? How do you handle that loss?
Well, individually, I had a very low moment myself. The second quarter, it's 2nd and 3. I'm man-to-man against Rob Gronkowski. Fade ball for a touchdown. It doesn't get much lower. The whole world is watching. Your mom, your dad is watching. That's the lowest of the lows.
Yeah, that's the one everyone remembers. That's all we talk about when we think about that game.
Yeah, it should be one of them. But people don't even talk about it. But Brock, listen, I vowed to myself, I said, KJ, if you are ever in this situation again, you better not ever get beat. You better not ever get beat if you're in this situation again. And you look at my career. From that moment on to my last play, I never got beat in a situation man-to-man against a tight end. And so you look at this Mariners team. Guys, we are in this situation. If we're up 4 points with 2 innings left, we better not ever drop the ball like we did yesterday. You got to vow to yourself. If you're a pitcher, if you're a hitter, if you're a outfielder, I got to seal this deal and make sure that this never happens again.
It's so hard. It's such a hard comp because baseball generally doesn't work that way. It will happen again. Yeah. Like it's just sort of the way that game. It will.
Yeah.
That's just sort of in baseball.
No. You're not wrong. You're not wrong in football.
No, it's a different sport. It's a sport of failure, right? I mean, it's one of the things that sets these two sports apart from each other. Football is a sport of success, and baseball is a sport of failure. It's dealing with the fact that, the best hitters of all time fail 65% of the time.
Yeah.
That's the game. You're going to give up another home run. You're going to give up another key spot. You're going to blow another save.
It's just the name of the game.
It's just, it's a weird frustration with baseball. And it's why it's hard to make this calm. Because I was trying to think, is there a loss in your career that was bad, but you guys could bounce back from the next day, but in football, you lose in the playoffs, you're done. Are there any late season losses that help the team kind of motivate and get kind of prepared for what came next?
Because here's the thing: in football, you have no choice but to reset.
Right.
You have no choice in the regular season but to reset. You have 17 opportunities, 1 game a week. You have got to seal this deal. And so what happens is you lose the game on Sunday. When Monday happens, when you wake up that Tuesday morning, Sunday never existed. It cannot exist in your brain.
Could you imagine having to play Monday? I know not physically. There's no way you could play a football game the next day. But can you imagine the mentality of going back out there the next day?
No, not even the next day. Can you imagine playing 162 games in a season, KJ?
I'm going to keep it real. Those emotions, that funk is kind of still in your system. It's still in your system. As an athlete, like it takes some time to get over a really, really hard loss. That's why, thankfully, they're not playing today. They're playing tomorrow. And so, man, you got to get this out your system. You got to just eat it, just spit it out. This is hard. But, man, you got to bounce back, and the character in these guys is going to show.